Hope this thing is working. Okay.
Well, this is the first episode of what I call Diary of a Pissed Off Art Teacher. Episode 1. We are going to learn about stick figure drawing. And 2-point perspective. And these are my students. They'll introduce themselves.
Hi, my name is Amber. Hi, I'm Rebecca.
And we are going to start right now. So here's the dough. Let's take one piece of paper. And grab any pencil, colored pencil, regular graphite pencil. It doesn't matter. Provide erasers. We are not going to do a lot of erasing. The warm-up activity will be to make a stick figure in 13 lines and a circle. If you don't really know how to make a stick figure with articulate joints like the human body, you don't have to. But this diagram is here to introduce how you would start this. I use line number 1 to draw the spine or backbone of any stick person. And a stick person is basically the same as a wood mannequin because it is a stick figure. Move up to the camera here. So, the first thing you draw is line number 1. That would be for the spine of the stick figure. So start that. Just go with it. Just draw a straight line. Just one straight line. Don't spend any time trying to make it perfect. Then 2, draw another line for a shoulder. Line number 2 would be, I guess, the right shoulder. And then line number 3 would be the left shoulder. Then line number 4 would be the upper right arm. Line number 5 would be the lower right arm. Line number 6 would be the upper left arm. Line number 7 would be the lower left arm. I'm just going to go through this step by step. Line number 8 would be the upper left. And line number 9 would be the lower left leg. Line number 10, I don't know if you can see me in the camera, but I'm wiggling my left foot. And that is to show you that that's where we're on. We're drawing the left foot. Now we go finish the other leg. We do the upper right leg, that'd be line number 11. Line number 12 would be the lower right leg. Line 13 would be the last line in the stick figure. That would be the right foot. Any circle or oval would be used to draw the head of the stick figure. Now that is just the warm-up activity. Of course, the lesson is not stop here. If we were to build on the stick figure to make it more like a figure that we could use in a gesture drawing, then what we would do is build on the stick figure using loose drawings of any of these listed geometric shapes: circle, square, rectangle, triangle, trapezoid, oval, or rhombus. Pick any shape that you choose. But here's the trick. Don't erase. If you draw a shape and it's not correct, leave it there. Do it quickly, do it loosely. Let yourself be messy. Do not aim for perfection. Perfection is not a goal. It's a lifestyle choice. Anyway, all of this is to introduce gesture drawing with the human figure. When you have finished drawing your stick figure, or if you need any help, of course, raise your hands or quietly let me know. Later on, we're going to use these rulers as part of our activity. But I'm going to let Amber and Rebecca finish their stick figures. You drew a giant. I like the way your stick figures are kind of different. You drew a giant in the middle of your paper, and you do this little midget right over here in the corner. We are going to fill up the paper with this. That is part of the lesson. All right, here's what you're going to do now. Take one of those rulers from the table and you are going to draw a box around your figure that you have drawn. The box doesn't have to be perfect, but you are going to draw this box around your stick figure. And then you're going to make other drawings of the stick figure around it. So you might have drawn your stick figure at the end of this. I think you put your stick figure at the beginning. I'm sorry, at the middle, because this will probably be the beginning. That will be the end. What you're going to do now is you're going to create a sequence with your stick figures. Each part of the sequence, the stick figure has to be in a different position. I have examples of stick figures in action poses, and I'm going to move this camera over here. And now you can see the stick figure chart up close. And then I'm going to move it up here, and then, let's see. These are examples of different poses you can put your stick figures in. I'm teaching this lesson mostly at elementary and middle school level. So I try to come up with some very basic action poses for students who are at any level of drawing capability. The reason I start off with stick figures is that when I ask people to just draw from the very beginning without any qualifications, sometimes just doing that for some students can become intimidating. So I keep the process as simple as possible. This is an example of a sequence. I've included color as well because a lot of times students respond more to sequences of color rather than just sequences of lines. Can you tell me what is happening in each of the panels for this 4-panel sequence? What do you think is going on here?
It looks like he's walking closer to. Well, everything's getting closer actually. I think the sun is getting closer too. The sun is rising.
The sun is rising. All right, Becca, anything else that you see that's changing in each panel? What's different in panel 2 than panel 1, and so on? What is different in panel 3 than panel 2? What is going on that's different?
The person is moving forward and the sun's rising.
The sun is rising. Any other changes that you see in this sequence?
I see the person become bigger in the picture.
Okay, that's the person. What's going on in the surroundings?
The hill looks like it's changing a little bit.
The hill is changing. What is changing? What do you see changing?
Like the color of it goes from like brown to all the way to yellow.
All right, that's the color of the hill. What about the sky? What is changing in the color of the sky?
The blues.
The
Goes
blues are
from
going
dark blue
from,
to light.
yeah, the blues are going from dark blue to light blue. All of these different changes, I want students to list, and you basically asked the same questions and thought about it the same way that my other students have. It's a part of the process to see a sequence of pictures and then understand what's going on. But then it's a whole other part of the process to be able to articulate each of those, each of those parts individually. First, you see the person getting closer, moving closer to the foreground. And that's another one of the vocabulary words I have. Person is moving closer to the foreground. Here, I'll swing that around here. And in the background, the colors are changing because there is still a separate action going on in the background. What's going on in the background is that the sun is rising. So what happens when the sun rises? Well, things get brighter. In that sequence, we were drawing